Casey, and I'm back this week with another video. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my channel. It means a lot to me. So this week's video, I am back with another video about body modification. For those of you who don't know, I really enjoy body modification. It is something that I think is very unique to the person. In a world where there's a lot of similarities in people, and people want to be a certain way, and people want to look a certain way, I really enjoy the difference that it brings. There's something about it, and something about the fact that it's unique to each person that I thoroughly enjoy. And this video is going to be slightly about that, but more about a specific type of body modification. So let's go. So I've been getting piercings for a long time. It started when I was in kindergarten. I got my first holes and ended not. It has not ended yet. I thought it had, and then something happened and it's re-sparked something in me, and that something was the fact that the lovely person who'd been doing my piercings since I was 15 years old, like every major piercing I've gotten since I was 15, like belly button, which I don't have anymore, my nose, like my cartilages, my rook, my tragus, which I also don't have anymore, was all done by the same person, and they have been piercing me since I was 15. And I found out that they passed away very suddenly last week at some point. And it, I wanted to go to the shop and I wanted to do kind of like one more thing. This is 99% sure this is the last thing I'm going to get, just because they're not there anymore to do it. And I've had nothing but wonderful experiences with that person. I've had no issues with anything they've done. It's just been like my belly button, my tragus. It was more of just like, they just didn't feel right at a certain point in time. I've had my belly button gone for like 3 years now, 4 years. My tragus I had only for like 3 months. Because I just found that it wasn't healing right, and that's me, that's not him. Or the piercer. They did a wonderful job and pierced it correctly. It's just me. I didn't feel like it was healing right. And at 3 months, it was still getting very angry and irritated, and it was on me for that. And I just figured that it probably wasn't going to sit right ever. So I went back and I saw the person who apprenticed under him, I guess you could say, who is a lovely woman. And I haven't really told anyone except like my friends who've seen me, because no one's really noticed it, but she pierced my conch. If you don't know what your conch is, it is this part of your ear, the very inner part, and I will kind of try to show it to you. It's that little diamond right there that you see that is so lovely and sticking out of my ear. Yeah, so I did that. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being nothing, 10 being the worst pain I ever felt, it was about an 8.5. It's a very different pain. I mean, I would say this is like breaking my arm was the worst pain I ever felt. This is a very different pain. My rook was a solid 9. Just because it's a thicker piece of cartilage, and this is a pretty thick piece of cartilage too, but it's not as thick as the rook and not as complicated, because the rook you kind of got to curve around and get multiple layers. This is just a straight shot through the ear. So far, I'm absolutely loving it. It's been a little under a week, and it is not swollen. It's not really all that red. It's not really that tender anymore. It aches a little bit if I kind of like go to do something and I like scratch the back of my head, and I kind of, cause it's been such an easy piercing that 9 times out of 10, I forget it's there. Like, I mean, I have to be really careful when I scratch the back of my head, like if I go to like kind of go like that. But it's been such an easy piercing that I forget it's there, and I don't notice it I really don't. I mean, like, I see it in the mirror and I'm like, oh yeah, I have that. I don't really notice it. It's been a really easy piercing. I'm wearing contacts now for the next couple weeks, just until it kind of heals up more. Because I did find I got a pierce on a Sunday, and that Monday I wore glasses, and like when I turned my head, the glass just knocked against the back of it, and that was really uncomfortable. But after I remedied that situation and stopped wearing my glasses all day, every day, and did my contacts, which I normally do, it was fine. Like, I had no issues. And it's felt great. It hasn't swollen. My ears, when I did my rooks, my ears became like Dumbo. Both of them. And I did them like 2 weeks apart, which is probably not the best idea. But when I did my rooks, they became like Dumbo. And this really isn't that bad. And I was expecting it to be much more swollen, much more red than it has been. It's been really good. It's a very easy piercing. I would say that it's probably one of my favorite piercings I have right now, just because it's new and it's different. And it's just fun. Cleaning wise, I've been using a unscented Dove soap. I know they say to piercers swear by saline, and I do too. Saline is the best thing you can do for it because it's salt water and it's very healing. Saline is great for me for the first few days, and after the first few days, it dries my skin out, and that's not good for piercing. You don't want it to get dry. That's when like cracks and irritation happen. So I have found that with my specific body and my specific like healing, unscented Dove soap has been great. It keeps it really clean, and it's very hydrating to the area. And if I had done that with my tragus, I probably would still have it, but I didn't, because I was like, no, it needs to be saline, and it's not working. But I've been using Dove soap, and I've had really good experience with this piercing. And that was recommended to me by my piercer long time ago. He said, if you ever have issues healing piercings, switch to like an unscented moisturizing soap. And just do it the same way you would clean with saline, kind of. Like, don't, like, hold it on, but just kind of, like, put on a Q-tip, get it nice and, like, full of soap and Q-tip, and then turn the Q-tip around and do it with water, just so, like, there's no soap that gets stuck in there, because that's just, bleh, bad. Yeah, I mean, that's basically my experience. I went in, it was really easy, it was a pretty straight shot, it was really quick, it hurt. And I would say, like, this time the thing that differentiated with other times is putting the jewelry in this time hurt. Most times I don't feel it when they do it. I feel them pierce it, and I don't feel them do the jewelry. This time I felt them pierce it, and I felt them put the jewelry through. Which is pretty weird because they double back it. So it's like they pierce it, put the jewelry in, and then slide it through in one motion. So I shouldn't have really felt it, but I did this time, and I just think that's because it's like a weird spot. They do use a flat, you can do it with a barbell, you can do it with a hoop. I do not recommend hoops. It doesn't heal quite as well because hoops rotate and move up and down, and it's just a recipe for irritation and disaster. I opted for a stud, as you can see, obviously. I opted for a stud with a flat back. I didn't really want a full, like, circular barbell. I wanted something flat, which is what they would pierce like a labret or a tragus with. It's a flat back. Now, yes, it is too big for me right now, and they have to do that because they have to allow for swelling. So probably in 6 to 8 months, I can go back and they'll switch it out to a much shorter post, and it won't stick out so much behind, and I can't wait for that to happen. But it was a really good experience. If you are anyone who really enjoys piercing as body modification, it's a unique one. I have not seen anyone that I know with it, and I haven't really seen a ton of people out with it. It's just very subtle. If done right, go to a certified piercer who knows what they're doing. because it's a very tricky piercing. And one of the things that I really, really liked about it is if you're someone who rejects piercings and has piercings migrate, I've never really had that issue. But if you are someone whose body rejects a lot of metal and migrates piercings, like in the process, this is a really good piercing because it's such a thick piece of cartilage and it sits behind, like before this, and that's kind of hard to migrate through. They don't migrate. It won't migrate this way, and it won't migrate out, down, or up because there's stuff in the way. And it's a piercing that is not prone to infection. In fact, it is very unprone to infection, and it's very, very, very not likely it's going to migrate because it's so tucked away, kind of, and it gets run over all the time with water. And it's a pretty sturdy piece of cartilage that it's not going to migrate or reject. So that's something to look forward to for someone who is looking for a piercing but maybe has that issue. Jewelry-wise, I don't have a sensitivity to any jewelry. I never have. I've never been irritated by anything. So I just get the classic piercing stainless steel. Not stainless steel, but like the doctor steel, medical steel, I guess, whatever. If you're someone with a skin sensitivity to metal and can only wear specific metals, let them know. They've seen it. Sorry. If you're someone with sensitivity to metal, they've seen it before, I guarantee you, and they will have something for you that won't irritate skin or cause you any issues. I'm not allergic to any metal, so I've never had an issue with it, but most piercing places, if you're someone who really likes piercings and is allergic to, like, surgical grade steel, they almost likely have something in, like, gold or white gold, which usually does pretty well. So that is something to look forward to. Now, like I said, pain was pretty bad, but it's momentary. Like, it was done and it was over and then it was great. Like, I didn't really feel it anytime after that. So I would give my experience a 9 out of 10 on my scale, and I would give the whole body modification thing a 10 out of 10. If you're someone who really likes body modification and you want to see more body, sorry, my lizard's like looking at me. If you want to see more body modification videos or talking about the other body modifications that I have, which has just been piercings, please let me know in the comments below, and I will do another video. If you would like to see a video when this is healed more and I've changed it, let me know. If you have questions, leave them in the comment section. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. I make videos every week on anything and everything. And I like it that way. I don't like putting labels on my channel. I don't like boxing it in. I like the little routine that we have of just, I let you guys know what I'm passionate about and make videos about the things I'm passionate about. Because if you see a video on here, it is something that I've truly loved. And I'm not going to push something that I don't. And this is something I'm really passionate about because body modification is awesome, especially piercings, because you can take them out and they will close up. And yeah. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the week and weekend because it is Friday, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!